God damn it. I'm scared of myself. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror and be like, have a panic attack. Reese, there's a retard in the house.
And you know she's not going to spare you. She's going to be like, yeah, no shit.
She's going to come in doing the retarded voice too. She's going to be like, Joe, we've been both retarded this whole time. No! Surprisingly, though, not freaked out by Eugene. I like Eugene. Probably because it's a character.
Not
retarded. I know he's not retarded. But boy, is he believable when he's out there. You're like, man, that guy is retarded. I'm hooking anybody who says, I kind of like my manager, Chesna. She's more of a New Japan girl, but she likes WWE kind of. I'm trying to get her to get more into it. Trying to get this kid. He's like, I used to watch when I was 16, which I love. Those are some of my favorite wrestling fans to talk to when they're like 19 or 20 and they're like, oh, I was watching when I was like 15 or 16. I'm like, oh, you were watching during 2018 and 2019. You were a kid watching the worst form of wrestling of all time. Oh no.
And I think the worst of wrestling was when WCW was going down.
Yeah.
There was some dumb shit going on.
That was literally the Wild West for wrestling at that point, in the worst way possible. When WCW was crashing, they were just like, let's just do, and the idea of what they thought like hit with crowds, I don't know how WCW missed so fucking hard. Like they hit so hard with NWO, and then they were like, all right, we're done. That's the best we got. That's all WCW is known for. Booker T and NWO. That's really it. DDP. Sure.
Barely.
I
forgot who fucked his neck up. Oh, I think it was
yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say
what's his fucking name? Hardcore Holly.
Oh, that makes sense.
He superplexed him. He superplexed him, and instead he was so worried about Holly's back being flat, he didn't flat out himself, so he ended up landing like on the back of his neck and crunched that shit. But at the same time, Holly was screaming because his knee, DDP's knee like scorpion into his nuts. Ooh. Like at the same time. So it was just like a flurry of bullshit going on.
That's a bad botch right there. God damn. Well, anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are the Yes and No, the Yeet and No Yeet of wrestling podcast. I am your host, Joe, and this is my co-host, Darnell. And we are here to talk about the week of wrestling, Monday, Tuesday. We're skipping Tuesday again. NXT. NXT's on Wesley's back. Wes.
They're just on a weird transitional point.
Mm-hmm. They just lost most of their huge stars that were pushing the company. It's just Trick up there by himself, like, where'd everybody go? They're like, we need you to put on a 5-star with Noam Dar. And they're like, he's like, oh, okay. God damn it. He's really trying to carry the company now at this point. It's a hard job when he's got nobody else there around him. And they're pushing everybody towards Wesley and Oba. It's like, hey, let's get some stuff going for Trick and the NXT title. The NXT tag team titles, I don't even know. I feel like Axiom's flattened that shit so hard. I feel like the Wolf Dogs were defending every single week. And then now Axiom's like, I think like the bit with them is that like they're not scared of what's their name? The CO or the OC. We're not scared of them, but they're ducking them. And like they're not scared of the AOP, but they're ducking them. And I'm like, I don't get what's going on here, guys. Let's just get back to having tag teams that want to fight, right?
I feel like one of them is hurt.
Oh, that's a good point. Could be.
The bad thing about being a high flyer is
always hurt.
At any point, some shit can go bad for you.
Yeah. Speaking of high flyers, I don't think we've talked about it all since it's happened at all that Ricochet is the speed champion and has already defended now the speed championship at this point. Yeah, great matches. But that also kind of leads into, first of all, I just want to say that speed championship, pretty dope. Pretty cool looking. It
looks good, and then it pisses me off when they have him on Raw and he doesn't have the belt. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck?
Why are we not advertising it? Yeah, that's perfect advertisement for speed.
get more motherfuckers on Twitter to watch the shit, because for whatever dumb god awful reason, you put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like, whose bright idea was that? That's all I want to know.
I keep forgetting it's on there. Like I had to catch up on a bunch of matches because I was like, yo, I missed like 4 matches because I forget that it's on there. How am I supposed to?
Yeah, I just turned the notifications on for it. I watched like this week there was him and Tyler Bates. Yeah. Good match.
Very good match.
They didn't use the whole 5 minutes. That's like my only problem with it. Well, because the championship matches are 5 minutes. But it's like they should utilize all 5 minutes that you get, because y'all are on the internet. Y'all are not on TV. Like they could like how they do this bullshit ass picture-in-picture shit. They should do that for a speed match. Just like, oh, here's a commercial, but speed match on the side, instead of putting some other match on. Like they do that shit during like mid card stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, speed is basically mid card, so let's just do it then.
Yeah, I saw that they did that for a couple of different matches through the week too, where they didn't use all 3 of the minutes. Where like Ivar won with 1 minute left, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just use about 45 more seconds. You could, so you put out 1 or 2 more moves. And the other thing about it too that I would say is like I'm noticing less of like I think the first week everybody was like winning with either their finisher or a different finisher that they don't normally use, or a new finisher that they're trying out. And now I'm seeing a lot more of just like roll up pins, like somebody just doing something on the fly, like a flying elbow or something, and then they're like, all right, that's a pin, that's a win. And I'm like, I get it, and maybe it's just the way I'm used to wrestling, where it has to be some kind of definitive sort of finisher. But I don't like that. I don't like when it's a random move. Like I'm like, that's what happens when I'm playing WWE 2K24 and I'm sick of the match. And I'm like, all right, big punch to the face, drop the opponent, pin. I'm like, I'm done with this match now. What was I going to say about speed? I was going to say that makes me want to transition to talking about how crazy the injury bug is right now for WWE. Holy shit. And it's why I say they got to stop kayfabe injuries. Because now, especially with how many people are injured currently, bro, every single fucking match, some wrestler has to hold their leg, their knee, their stomach, their head, their neck. They're always holding something. And I'm like, since when did we need them to be hurt to think that they're like heroes? I don't understand it. They're all always hurt. And then we find out some of them are actually hurt.
I'll say why Randy sells his injury so much. Like when he does get like hurt, not like hurt for real, like hurt in the match. He's like, you can't have somebody get their knees taken out from him, and then the Irish whipping somebody a second later, like it didn't just happen. And it's like, that's fine. That's how it should be. But I feel like the shit that we were seeing from like the King of the Ring stuff, that was more for Gunther more than anything.
Yeah.
Because as stupid as it was, he beat everybody with a fucking sub except for Randy.
Yeah.
And then I heard there was, not even heard, I saw that there was controversy because they were like, Randy's shoulder was up, and Triple H was like, oh shit, it was. Yeah. I didn't see that when I was watching, but now I see it now, and it's like, oh. So that's why that ending was weird.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Because it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, which sucks too, because I even said that when it happened. I was like, really? Such a fucking crazy match. We're gonna end it with a roll up? And I saw that you were the one, I think you said the video of like the theory of Gunther winning in a different way every single time. And I'm like, yeah, but again, still, you need to make it more definitive. But yeah, I saw the shoulder up thing, and I see that Triple H is doing the whole, it's the ref's decision, it's final. But I feel like they're just going to have them rematch anyway. And then Gunther, that's the smart thing to do, in my opinion, at least anyway. Have Gunther just beat him more definitively. And then
they can't. They're on different brands.
Oh, shit, that's
right. It wouldn't make sense. It literally wouldn't make sense for that to happen.
Sorry,
unless they decide with the whole Adam Pearce not having control of Raw. Oh. Randy just shows up on Monday and just...
That'd be good.
Comes up and fucks him up for a second and then leaves.
I think
that's the only thing they can salvage that.
I think that this is the perfect turn for the heel turn now at this point for him. Honestly, this would be perfect for him to be like, I'm getting fucked over. I'm doing my job for you guys every night, and this is my fucking thanks. And then like, again, do they put it in there on Friday night? The first thing I know, they had them, Cody and Randy, do a little interaction, and the Randy's perfect at selling. He's he's perfectly obvious. He just gave Cody the dirtiest look as he walked away, and I'm like, oh, we're getting it. We're getting it. He wants that title so bad, and he's gonna get it. Well, he's not gonna get it, but he's gonna get a shot.
That is all he's ever gonna get it again. You're old, Randy. Gonna take you out back and shoot you with a gun.
And I hate that they're using that they're gonna use it for him, and they're using it for AJ right now, which the whole like, all right, well, if they get a title shot, it's because they're working towards their last one. They're on their heels at the end of their career, and I'm like, I don't think we should be using that as the angle to give them title shots.
I mean, for AJ, hell yeah, my man's been. He's been doing his thing since fucking 2000, probably, bro. Carried the shit out of TNA.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he deserves fucking rest.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, man should be with his family right now.
Really should. Honestly, I wish that, but that's the thing with AJ is like, I get if that's what he wants, if like he wants like a title to end his career. I'm like, I don't know, man. You still have a lot left in you at this point, or at least something left in you. Just put on banger matches. That's what you're known for anyway. Putting on the most. I didn't watch TNA because AJ Styles was the champion. I watched to watch AJ Styles do moonsaults off the top of cages. I didn't fucking. And I'm not saying that's what he has to do now, but I mean, like, what he does now is great. When he's in there, he's so good. He's great, man. I think they should push away from title picture from him and just push toward big matches. That'd be great. Make a Money in the Bank. Make AJ Money in the Bank. Ooh.
That'd be good. But he's old.
But he's old.
Nah, he should be good though. Like, if they did Money in the Bank for him, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
But you know who would be doper?
Who?
L.A. Knight.
Beep, 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 beep. I think
that, or just have him beat the dog shit out of Logan. We don't care about Logan anymore.
Yeah.
You got a belt, and now you're literally just fucking running with it, and you don't defend it on TV. You only do it at pay-per-views. And it's like, nigga, that's boring.
I was just thinking about
Roman.
This. At the end of their match, I thought to myself, I said, this is another like notch in my opinion, the fall off of Logan's character currently. Because whatever he was doing when he first came in, that's what got him so popular. And when I say whatever he was doing, it was obvious what he was doing. He was doing crazy stuff. He was trying to innovate. He was trying to think of stuff that would make people wow. And he did it. For all of his matches that he was doing when he first started out, it was always it was always viral. It was always going to people's Facebooks, their Twitter. And that's how I caught wind of him even being in the WWE. But now it's like forced viral. Like, no one gives a shit that you're gonna do another. Well, I mean, it's cool. You should say that with. But in the grand scheme of what he does, it's not out of the world for him to go to the top turnbuckle and do a dive onto somebody onto the outside table. It's kind of like a signature of his now. So now, instead of doing anything crazy, now he's just doing the heel character stuff of constantly finding ways to sneak in the bare knuckles, constantly being a brat and a snot, which. It's kind of counteractive in my opinion. I think it's good for his character, but bad for his wrestling development because now he's not doing as many crazy things. Or maybe is not able to have it written in because of who he's going against.
Yeah, I think the only advice WWE should take that Logan has ever given is putting him and Dominic together. Because whenever this Judgment Day shit goes away, Dom's going to be floating for a minute.
Yeah.
More than likely. So yeah, just put them together, make them the most hated tag team because they'll probably even be more hated than they'll definitely because it wouldn't even be manufactured hate because like it is with Austin Theory and fucking Grayson. Like motherfuckers actually hate Dom and Logan. So having them as the most hated tag team would be great. But then I would also have to make sure Logan is actually, there to fucking defend and they're not just bullshitting like they did with the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I think that's what I didn't even think about LA Knight being United States champion. But I think
that's who should take it from him.
It really should be because again, then he'll be there weekly. He'll defend it more often. Everybody's gonna want to see those matches, and eventually push him towards the championship title. Because then that's what the company wants to know: can you hold a title and defend it, and still do all your stuff that you do to make the crowd go crazy? The answer is an obvious yes, but they still want to see it for some reason. So it's like, okay, give him a mid-card title. let him elevate that shit, and then fucking let him get another title. But the thing about anybody, so like I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, you know, you look at like they're all on Raw. Like the title contenders, they really do need to make some kind of third title, because the title contenders they have, and then the way they shoehorn themselves into stories, man, it might be a product of people just wanting champions too bad. But like, you know, you look at Uso, you look at Jay, you look at you look at McIntyre, you look at Priest, you look at fucking on the SmackDown roster, you look at AJ, you look at Randy, you look at LA Knight, you look at a lot of these dudes who could and possibly should be champion. But on the Raw side, you know, you got it written in too hard that the champion's got to be one of the three, either Damian, Drew, or CM Punk when he comes back, and that's it. And then on WWE, on the SmackDown side, it can only be Cody for the next 2 years. Like, for the plans they have written out, unless they want Cody to drop it and then pick it back up in between, it's only going to be Cody. So all these guys who could become main event champions, they can't for years. It's locked unless an injury happens.
I saw a video. I don't remember whose it was. It was on TikTok, but there's the bad thing about Cody being on SmackDown is they have no real heels on SmackDown. Yep. They're all on Raw. So that's why it's just been kind of bullshit since he's gotten the belt.
That's going to be why it's a perfect time to turn Randy heel. I think turning Randy heel and having him do the Randy thing is exactly what they need to pass the time until he's going to start doing the Rock and Roman program. Or, well, it's just going to be him and Rock, because Roman's going to do the Bloodline stuff. So I think that's exactly what they need until Rock comes back to do their program, is him and Randy just do fucking SummerSlam and, I don't know, do Crown Jewel as well, or whatever the fuck. Have them do 2 matches or whatever. But again, and that would be crazy, because the idea I've seen that is most popular at this point, that I don't know how I feel about it, is that Cody's going to drop the title at some point, and then he's just going to get it back at like the next PLE, whatever it may be. So like, example, he loses it at SummerSlam, but picks it back up at Crown Jewel or whatever. And I don't know how I would feel about that, because I think obviously it'd be stronger if he just stays champion all the way through past The Rock up until at least Mania 42 or 43.
You don't want that.
I don't.
You don't want that. No, because motherfuckers is already tired of him having a belt already, and he hasn't even done anything with it, and that's why they don't want him to have the belt. And on top of that, you don't want another Triple H fucking situation from like, I think it was like 04 to 06 or some shit, where this man was losing and then getting the belt back like every
all
fucking
time. Yeah.
Like, and it just never fucking stopped. Yeah, you don't want another tyrant champion like that. At least with Roman, he would disappear and only show up every now and then wrestle at pay-per-views, and they were good matches too. Like, yeah, it wasn't like, oh, this is just like a squash match, because you're so focused on Randy. I'm just like, bro, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin's gonna fuck him up on the mic. He's gonna fuck him up in the ring a lot. They're gonna have good back and forths all the time.
Yeah, but it's like you said, and no matter who they do for him, they got to turn somebody heel, because otherwise, there's nobody. And the thing about Roman,
Kevin and Randy, I don't think they've never been really babyface.
Yeah,
they're always dickheads.
Yeah, kind of like anti-heroes, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because you see how many times fucking Kevin's turned on Sammy.
Yeah. Fucking montage of that shit.
Devious, bro.
And Randy's
and same thing with Randy.
Yeah, for sure. And you know,
all his tag team partners, he's turned on them at least once.
And with the more and more they mention Bullet Club, we all know he's no stranger to betrayal either. And he was trained by the master of betrayal, Randy Orton himself, who has also been betrayed by the masters of betrayal. Man, it's crazy. But no, yeah, you're right. I am thinking solely towards Randy, but that's probably because I think that's the best. Like you said, I don't want that scenario, and I think the best way to start getting away from this heat that people have towards Cody of, well, now it's just boring. Again, I could disagree more. I think it's just a different taste, and it's a different thing. And yes, it is weird, but it's just different. Where it's not the Roman treatment, so it's different. And I think people they don't know how to take it, and I think it is weird. But I'm entertained by a champion who wants to wrestle and have big matches and have PLEs, and that's fine. But there is the you can't ignore just that feeling that's in the room of this man has to drop the title at some point. So in order to ignore that whole him holding the title and super Codying his way all the way to the Mania 42 or 43 is him drop it to, I think KO's a good choice too. But yeah, either KO or Randy, have him drop it to one of them so that way he can have a barn burner to get it back, because he has to have it for when The Rock comes back. That's all that matters. As long as he has it when The Rock comes back, then we're good. Well, for their story standards anyway.
Yeah, the difference between him and Roman's is the people he's going against.
Right.
Cody's going against trash. Roman had good people in all of his matches, even the LA Knight one. Yeah. Whereas, like, he's not going to win that, but he still put on a good fucking match.
Yeah.
And so far, Cody's gone against fucking Carmelo. AJ's like the only good one, and I still fell asleep during that bitch. And I have the Logan on right now, and it's just like, this Logan match is like, yeah, okay, buddy.
It was very meh. It was, I'm not gonna lie, as a Cody fan myself, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was a bad match, but it wasn't anything. Again, because instead of him and Logan focusing on having crazy moments, they were just like, let's do this weird shit. Let's do this stuff with the bear. Again, those brass knuckles. And I agree. Amy made a point that it felt like Michael Cole was making the match all about himself with the fucking brass knuckle moment. I'm like, yeah, what are we doing here? Let's just have the match. Come on. But
nah, he there was a point to it. It's like, this man, every match, he has those brass knuckles.
I know.
And they were even smart with it on Friday with having the ref, and looking at it now, they have that same ref that got the fucking brass knuckles when Kevin used them. Yep. So it's like, that's some good callback moment right there.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
Hilarious.
That's funny. But it's just the point of, like, again, it could be anything else to make the match better, but it didn't, although it's hilarious, it didn't enhance the match any. Like, you're still watching the match like, this is okay. You're not seeing the brass knuckles and going like, now this match is a fucking banger. You're just like, no, now he's gonna do the brass knuckle thing, and
no, it's a banger right now. His homie just handed him Prime.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. You're gonna see Cody do the Prime spot. Let's go.
Oh, look at that! More brass knuckles.
yeah. He has hella brass knuckles in this match. Oh yeah, and the thing about Roman too, the difference is, like, and again, this is all positive shit and things that, like, I think they could do different with Cody, because I've heard Cody mention something that I'm gonna mention, but Roman had the bloodline with him, so not only is it Roman, but you're getting the whole story with Roman and the Usos and Solo, and you got Paul Heyman helping him up. Of course, everybody's like, I like when people talk about, like, it's Roman did. I'm like, if it was just Roman out there, it would have not have gone the same. He had a whole team with him, and so it all goes back to what we just said earlier. Cody doesn't have, and Roman was at the top with, like, the mass murderers of, like, all the wrestling division up there with him. So yeah, like, they had the best talent to give him, where again, Cody does not have that right now. And also they're trying to be a little bit more strict to the brand. So, like, now he can't have every single contender always, and he has nobody with him. So it's just him promoting himself all the time. And he has mentioned that he wants, like, a manager. He thinks it'd be great if he had, like, a manager for him. And I'm like, that would be, yeah, I think that would also be great if they introduce something. But they need to introduce something with him, because we can't just keep having, right now, you know who we have right now? We have Cody who is like building for the champion. That's the character. He's still in that character. I'm like, bro, you're champion now. We need you to, like, start developing a champion character. And all the greats do it. They act just a little tweak. Just a little tweak to your character to be a little different, so we're not just getting the same shit that we were getting while you were trying to become champ.
And that perfectly goes into, hey, he should just be bitter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now you guys don't like me all of a sudden because I have the belt? All right, now I'm going to give you a reason to not like me.
Yes.
Bring out that AEW, Cody.
Yes,
he's a dickhead.
Please. I want heel Cody Rhodes more than most people know. I swear to God. I can't wait. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to recap King and Queen of the Ring. Pretty much talked about everything except for Liv Morgan, and what a great match that her and Becky put on. Didn't agree with Becky's choice of attire. That shit was weird as fuck.
Hey man, she's the man. That's all that was.
You know,
that's literally all that was.
Seth looked at her and he was like, "You fucking look amazing." Like,
I mean, You don't want to sleep on the couch, do you?
No, but bro, she probably got that out of Seth's closet. What are we talking about? Like, that's crazy. Nah, but it was a great. I like the step up for what they're doing for the women. Like, it's every year it gets better for like their outfit when they have to go over to Saudi Arabia, and now you can see like the majority of like the top women are getting like the full bodysuit, custom full body suits, which has got to be hot as fuck to wrestle in. But
bro, it was that shit said 90 degrees feels like 96 at night. And now you got to add the lights on top of that, plus everybody's hot ass breath.
Yup.
It's easily 115 in there.
Full
like,
body
it's
suit.
Disgusting. Like, they at least lose a couple pounds after those matches and they peel out of them damn suits.
Oh yeah.
Just a fucking fountain of just sweat just falls out and you're just like, well, I'm disgusted.
You ever heard the stories of how Goldust would get out of his suit, that fucking full body suit? He would lay down. He said he would just run to the back and he would lay down on his back. And if he had somebody with him, they would help him. But otherwise, he would just start unzipping and he would just squirm. He would just slide out of his suit on his back because it was literally just, and this whole suit would just be covered like just a puddle of sweat inside of it. I'm like, that's disgusting. He used to wrestle in that all the time. It's so gross.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ugh. I gotta imagine one of them did that last night. They're fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean the women's tag team match, the tag team title match, it was good, but I don't know.
No match that's on the pre-show is good.
It was. Should I say it's just
the
good
fact
for
that
pre-show?
they put it on the like the fact that they put it on the pre-show, I was like, oh, that's how they felt about that.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. You have such big names for your women's tag team titles now. You could easily just throw it on the main show, and instead they threw it on.
Just have the opening match. That's it.
Yeah, but instead, like I was telling this to Reese, like just schooling her on some shit that about how they schedule it, because Triple H, we do the five matches now. That's going to be custom. Like that's going to be regular now. 5, maybe 6 matches if we're lucky for for like the regular PLEs. But Saudi Arabia, they said, no, we want more matches. So that's why we got the extra match. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's insane. But also, even to that, you could have still just put it on the main match. And I like the point that Amy made, because they're talking about that. And they're like, you're acting like you didn't have time. How fucking long was Randy Orton's entrance? How fucking...
Yeah.
That was insane. It was like a 15-minute entrance.
That shit pissed me the fuck off.
It was one of those things where I just wasn't paying attention, and you start like hearing the same thing over and over again in your ear, and you're like, what the fuck's happening? What's happening right now? And it's just them looping that shit. I'm like, dude, it's not France. Get over it. Come on. Oh, we'd be remiss if we did not bring up Nia Jax being Queen of the Ring and the meanest Yokozuna drop since Yokozuna himself. So I've seen that apparently that was a little bit of a botch. She accidentally she wasn't trying to hit it that hard. She didn't grab the ropes properly, and she might have hurt Lyra. We don't know. We have no idea the state of Lyra Valkyria currently.
And all I would say to that is, welcome to the big leagues, kid.
Welcome to the big leagues. Literally, welcome to the big leagues. Yeah, Nia left a mean annihilator. I mean, you heard it smack against each other, and then she hit her with the cross arm Yokozuna, said, count it, ref. Fucking mean as shit. I loved it. I say it so that way I always like to call out myself from prior things. When Nia first came back, was so pissed off. Angry. She literally admitted, I haven't been training at all. It made no sense. And then literally over months, she has just worked through all the hate. She just put her head down and worked. Injured, I think nobody. I think they said she injured Rhea, but I think that was kayfabe. And just kept working. Started developing her character. Started being more herself. Started being funny. Started getting on TikTok. And all of a sudden, you're like, yo, I like you. I can relate to you. I can see you're a regular human being. I like your character. I can see your character development. I can see your work ethic. You're doing great. And now she's queen.
The great thing is, I wasn't mad when she came back.
Really?
I was just like, oh shit, a proper heel. Because everybody's going to hate her when she comes back.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the shit she's done. And I was just like, whatever. It's going to be hilarious. I already knew the bitch was funny because I already followed her on everything before that. Because I was like, oh, she she's not a dickhead. She's quite hilarious all the time, and they just choose to make her like that on TV. So I wasn't surprised by any of the things she was doing. That was a nut shot. That wasn't even in the gut. What the hell, Cody?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just like she's always been like that, and just everyone was just completely blinded by hate. Nobody wanted to give her another chance anymore, and I'm just like, yeah, y'all gonna learn. But
yeah, she became undeniable. Like she became undeniably funny. To a point where like you're like, I know I'm supposed to hate her for these things. And again, I think it becomes with the time of like not fucking up that you have to, if you're a person who's like not filled with hate, that you have to go like, well, she's not doing the things I hated her for, so why would I? And the most recent, I don't think we got to talk about it on the podcast yet, but the fucking most recent thing she did that was so fun when I think it was 2 weeks ago, and the ref's counting out whoever she was going against, and the ref's like 2, she'd go 2, the ref would be like 3, she'd go 3. She was counting with the ref, hitting weird poses and counting out loud with the ref. I'm like, thank you for just being you, because this is the best character. Like you being the heel bitch that you are with some snarky comedy thrown in. Love it. Just let her be her. I'm a fan.
She needs to take the belt from Bailey because no one cares about Bailey.
That fucking how they dropped the ball on that so fucking hard.
Wait, did she have a match yesterday?
No, she did not. But she had a match.
Okay, that was just on Friday where she got her ass beat.
Yeah. That's all. That's literally, she's won, I think, like maybe 2 matches since she's had the belt. She won in France, and then she's won like I think like one. I don't even think she's won a match on TV yet. I think she.
No, she has. When they had a triple threat. No, that was that pay-per-view. There was another match. Yeah, I think she had a match with she was having that match with Naomi. And then Tiffany just tried to show up and fuck that all up, which led to that triple threat match.
Yeah.
I think she won one before that one too.
I was gonna say I it's hard to remember if she's actually won clean on TV yet, because I know she's won via people fucking up the match. But yeah, it's just all her character development out the ass when she became heel, and they stopped all of it the second she won the title. And her lead up to the title, it was the Bailey apology tour, and I mean, she wins the title. All right, we're happy. That's what we wanted. Her match with Io was not as what it should have been. And then it's just constantly her minimum lines, minimum TV time, never snarky, never funny, always trying to be funny. It seems like the funniest moment she had was, somebody being like, and who's going to beat me? And she was like, ding dong, that's going to be me, actually. That was weeks ago. That was the funniest moment she's had on TV so far. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know how they're dropping the ball so hard on her.
I think the writing team is just tired of her. They're just like, we don't know what to do with you, so whatever. We're going to give you this belt because the people want you to have the belt.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's basically just a transitional champion at this point, because Io pretty much never defended the fucking belt.
Pretty much.
And then, like, they should have had them turn on her a lot sooner. Mm-hmm. And it should have been from the point from when she got Money in the Bank, because she handcuffed Bailey to the ladder so she couldn't climb it. And then Bailey, like, kind of took over. She was the one who ran her down there to cash in on Bianca at WrestleMania. And after that, that's when I was just like, oh yeah, this is a problem, because now no one's doing anything that they need to do for themselves. Everybody's doing it to pretty much prove loyalty to each other, but there's no real loyalty here at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then leading up to this WrestleMania, they just said
Bailey.
They did on that whole storyline, besides showing her getting her ass beat backstage a couple
different times. Yeah, that was
that was really it. And the announcement of, I'm challenging for your belt and not Rhea's. That was it. After that, like, other than that, they did not give a single fuck.
Yeah. And I think that, the writers don't know what to do, but that's also them just not giving. If they gave them proper writers, then if they gave them the proper time, and I truly think that they're blocking out her character. I think that they don't want her to I think they want her to be full-blown role model, and I don't think that she wants to be full-blown role model. I think she wants to... I have no idea what's going on. This is all assumption on my end, but I know it's fucked. I know that much. I know it's fucked, and it's in the dirt, and it's time for Nia to come in, take over, and make something else better about that. That's what it's time for.
Nia's going to be a great heel champion. Mm-hmm. Everybody already doesn't like her. Mm-hmm. Nobody can really do anything to her. And that could easily lead into what the fuck? Oh, the fucking Saudi prince dude. Oh my god.
Yep. He had to make a spot. You didn't think he was gonna make his appearance?
No, I just fucking forgot about him. I was like, who the fuck could be interrupting right now?
Logan did have a good spot right there because he goes, "Who are you?"
But yeah, since they've already done the first thing with Jade at Royal Rumble, eliminating Nia, and then her fucking with her kid and causing her to be disqualified through the Queen of the Ring thing, you could easily have Bianca be like one of her first title defenses or something, and they'll both still have the tag team belts, but then it'll like Bianca's probably gonna get bodied, and then that could easily lead into Jade doing her first title run and them actually having a really good match. Obviously, she ain't gonna win that belt, but that'll be a good rival for both of them, like for all three of them together, because then that could easily turn into, oh, we lost the tag team titles, and now it's them blaming each other, like, nah, this is your fault, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're cool and all, but nah, fuck you.
Yeah,
triple threat. There you go. Like, you can lead into a lot of shit with him if you make Nia champion,
for sure. And those are the perfect ones because Nia needs somebody strong to help her look good.
Exactly, because a lot of her title matches are going to be like her regular matches, straight up squash matches. Not squash matches, but it's like, yeah, y'all finna struggle against me, but I'm finna win.
I'm gonna win, yeah.
Oh, well.
For sure. She definitely...
Yeah, that match was ass.
It
just finished. That match was.
It was a bunch of build up for him to use the brass knuckles. That's all you're waiting for. Where's the brass knuckles going to come in? And then Cody Rhodes says, "I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch," to counter his "I'm Logan Paul, bitch." And that's in Crossroads, and it's over. It's nothing too crazy.
He's so bad. He's just so bad. They should have. Now it's like, y'all. They probably looking at the rosters are like, fuck, SmackDown really didn't draft right.
Yep, 100%. Sammy retains.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. God damn it, Otis! You fucked up. You had one job, you asshole. You fucked up. It's true what he says. You're the biggest disappointment of them all, Otis. You piece of shit. Fucking.
We'll get the piece of shit in 2025 and we're on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I also want to talk about Maxine coming out looking like Golden Frieza.
It was wild. Her entire choice.
That was OD.
That's actually why Gable was like, "Get back there, Golden Frieza. Get back. No, I don't want you out here."
Like, holy shit, you're bright.
He saw her reflect off the lights when they came out. Shouts out to the world. It seems kind of forced, but it does still work. Them finally adding the "you suck" chants into Gable's music. They found the spot and it works. Now we have the Gable "you suck." Now we got almost basically full-blown Perk Gable. If Chad Gable would just act a little bit crazier or a little bit meaner, we'd have full-blown Perk Gable.
Since he slapped the shit out of Otis like 6 times now.
I mean, he whacks him.
They're good slaps because he's not hitting him in the face. He's hitting him like right here.
Yeah.
And the beard is definitely taking most of that impact. Mm-hmm. And then always yelling at Maxine. Not even yelling at her, just it's a disappointed father tone.
Yeah.
He's just like,
what are you even doing?
It's like, bro, you're too easy. I'm not even going to say anything about you. And then Tozawa just literally being there at this point. It's going to take all 3 of them finally leaving him for him to actually snap for real.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get the belt. Yeah, he's going to be a great champion. He's going to be a great fucking Intercontinental champion. And then you could easily have him going against Otis because that's a nice little, like, maybe 2-3 week storyline.
I'd like that. Maxine in Otis's corner, Tozawa, him having to take on. And I would hope they wouldn't make that too comical. But yeah, that'd be good.
Yo, actually, it would be funny for them to be like, "You're out of the Alpha Academy." And it's like,
me? I am the
I'm the coach. Yeah. Like, what you mean? I'm out. All right. Good luck.
Yeah, you know that like Chad's gonna win fairly soon. He's gonna get that title because I was doing the math. I was like, okay, so they had Sammy win once with the belts in Saudi, and they had him lose against Roman in Saudi. So I guess now he's got to go positive, I would assume. Fucking, and then they had him win in Saudi, and I'm like, for sure, this isn't over. Chad's gonna 100% come back, and I don't know what's next. Clash at the Castle, I think. I don't think they'll have Sammy even. He probably won't even have Sammy defend at Clash. It'll probably be SummerSlam. Fucking SummerSlam, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, in some crazy match. That's also what they need to do. If they're going to do that again, where Chad finally takes the match, it can't be just another singles match. I'm like, how many times are we going to watch them wrestle in some shady... I mean, it was no disqualification last night only because it was a triple threat. Like, but that's why. Otherwise, I don't know how many more times we have to see Chad and Sammy fight clean. Okay. Wanted to start asking this question before we end the episodes, and because I have a bunch of these that we could do at all times, and I just kind of was thinking about, I heard somebody talking about the best big boot the other day, and I was like just like thinking about like all the different types of big boots. So I was like, I wrote down just a bunch of different moves that we can kind of give our opinion on who gives the best of that move. So every time we can, I figure we pick a move and we'll say who gives the best of that move. And I figured we'll go with big boot since it was already what I heard be talked about. And so, Darnell, who do you think gives the best big boot in WWE? Could be past or now.
JBL.
He was smacked the thigh too when he did it, which like sometimes it was obvious, but like I mean, it made it look way cooler when he did it.
Yeah, because as tall as he fucking was, like he had no business getting his fucking leg up that high and hitting you in the face.
Big ass meaty leg, yeah. That shit was crazy.
Like, shit's disgusting. He didn't do it that often either. No,
but it was always fucking. I don't know. It was always funny because like he's always off the rebound. So you're like, is he about to clothesline from hell or is he gonna give the big boot? Either way, it was devastating.
Nah, I still say it's off the topic from it, but his clothesline from hell is disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was mostly because he's just so big. And then the worst one he ever did was when he like just so relaxed, went all the way back off the fucking rope and just it's like, oh my god, that person is no longer with us, bro.
No, you can check most of those wrestlers that were getting hit by those clotheslines from Hells back in the day. They are not around. They do not wrestle. They're not on the team. They are gone.
Also, depended on who was like getting hit by the big boot. So, like, who was selling well?
Right. Yeah.
If you weren't selling it good, then it was just like, ah.
Yeah, big boots are tricky like that. You got to get like a perfect bump on that. I don't know. I would say Kane. I thought Kane did one of the best big boots because his shit was stiff when he did it. He had a lot of big boots that when he delivered it looked like he ran right into his fucking foot. And then he plant himself down real fast to kind of make it seem like you really got jacked up by the butt to help the mat to push down a bunch. Yeah, he had a way of doing it that made him look bigger than he already fucking was. Yeah, I thought Kane. And then, of course, you're going off a rebound. You're running at some big, giant red monster with a mask. He's like, boot to the face, bitch. Shouts out Razor Ramon, who I think also had one of the best big boots of all time.
It's always funny when people bring up older wrestlers, and I'm just like, dog, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Hey, the bad guy. You know Razor Ramon.
No, I know who he is, but like, I never like actually watched him wrestle because majority of the time I ever seen this man, he was just out there walking.
Yeah. Dude, Scott Hall, that's the thing. Scott Hall had a time when he was really fucking good. Like Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, so fucking good. And Scott Hall versus Stone Cold. And Scott Hall, shouts out Damian Priest, Sheamus, all these guys who do like different versions of like what's it called? Like, I mean, they all call it different things. But that cross power bomb when you throw it, like that was Razor Ramon's move. And dude, when he did that shit, he's so fucking big. He was so tall. He did that better than anybody else, man. Yeah, I'd recommend just like watching some old, like those specifically, like Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Stone Cold. He was good, man. He was good at selling. He was real agile for his height, and he made shit seem really real. Probably because, you know, back then you could make it look even realer. But yeah. But that's the thing. It was a short period of time because then them drugs and alcohol took over real quick, boy. He entered NWO and he was like, dude, it's time to party forever, and that's it. All right. Shouts out Scott Hall. Shouts out Kane. Shouts out JBL. Shouts out Gunther. Fake King of the Ring. I just want to say real quick before I do, I do like the thing they're doing with Gunther not wearing the crown, holding it a bunch. I like they made the video on TikTok of him and being like, hey, Gunther, you left this. And he's like, I won this tonight. It's pretty, isn't it? But you know, didn't really need to win this in order to let people know that I am championship material. And I'm like, damn, bro. Damn, you're so good at being heel.
Yeah, bro. He basically pulled a Kobe right there. Just like, oh, are you happy about winning this match? Job's not done.
Job's not done. Oh yeah, job's not done. Job's not done. Shouts out to him. All right, that's it for us, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. Follow our social medias, which is right down here, and go follow us follow us here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Talk wrestling with us down in the comments, please. We enjoy it. Hi, Crypto. You coming to say bye to everybody? Wow, Crypto. See you guys later. Yeet.